Valeriy Andreev, known as the Orsk Maniac, is a Russian serial killer and rapist who hunted women across Orenburg Oblast from 2006 to 2012, confirmed to have abducted, raped, and murdered at least 7 women. He's suspected in the disappearances of over 100 girls and women along Russia's desolate highways. His brutal crimes, often involving strangulation and leaving bodies in remote forest belts, made him one of Russia's most wanted fugitives. In this documentary, we unravel his horrific acts through the lens of psychology and psychoanalysis to understand what drove this monster to kill. Why focus on Valeriy Andreev? His case isn't just a grim tally of bodies. It's a psychological labyrinth, a chilling glimpse into a mind that is behind a mask of normalcy. His choice of victims, vulnerable women like hitchhikers and sex workers, and his ability to evade capture for years make him a compelling study in predatory behavior. Imagine this. A quiet highway at dusk, Andreev's white Senyong SUV creeping along, headlights catching a lone figure. He offers a ride, his voice calm, disarming. Then in a flash, he strikes, raping, strangling, and dumping the body in a forest belt, like 18-year-old Olga Zurliova, whose remains were found in 2013 near Znatolat village, or Katerina Morozova, 19, and Irina Nikolskaya, 25, both vanished in 2012, their lives snuffed out in brutal assaults. These weren't random killings. They were calculated, ritualistic, dripping with psychological weight, making Andreev a prime case to dissect the mind of a killer. Let's go back to where it all began, Shalkarsky, a sleepy village in Orenburg Oblast, where Valeriy Andreev was born on April 10, 1957. Details of his childhood are thin, like whispers lost in the wind. We know he grew up in a Soviet rural setting, left school early, and became a truck driver, a job that gave him freedom, solitude, and access to Russia's vast highways. He married, had 2 sons, and to those around him, he was a sober, law-abiding family man. Friends called him kind, reliable. But by the mid-2000s, cracks appeared. Colleagues noticed he grew distant, avoiding chatter, preferring the isolation of long-haul routes. Psychologically, this shift screamed schizoid personality traits, a detachment from human connection that could be a breeding ground for darker impulses. Without documented trauma, we're left to hypothesize. Was there abuse, neglect, or rejection buried in his past? Serial killers often carry repressed trauma, and Andreev's withdrawal suggests something festering beneath his calm exterior. His solitary job as a trucker likely amplified this, turning his truck into a cocoon where violent fantasies could grow unchecked. Here's the chilling part. Andreev wasn't a loner in the classic sense. He was a husband, a father, a man who blended into society, like a ghost in plain sight. Yet, behind this facade, a monster lurked. By 2006, he was hunting, his white SUV a predator's trap. Colleagues later told police they'd suspected he used prostitutes, condoms, women's jewelry, and hairpins found in his truck were red flags. This duality is critical. Psychologically, Andreev lived a compartmentalized existence, a hallmark of antisocial personality disorder. People with ASPD can charm while hiding a complete lack of empathy. Andreev's ability to play the peaceful family man, while killing suggests cognitive dissonance. He separated his roles as father and predator with terrifying precision. His highways, Orenburg Chelyabinsk, Samara Orenburg, were his hunting grounds, desolate stretches where vulnerable women were easy prey, feeding his need for dominance and control. Picture a cold evening in 2006, the Orenburg highway shrouded in twilight. A young woman, maybe hitchhiking to make ends meet, flags down Andreev's SUV. She climbs in, trusting his calm demeanor. Then the mask drops. He overpowers her, rapes her, and strangles her, her body left in a forest belt, swallowed by the dark. This pattern repeated, 7 confirmed victims, possibly over 100. Take Olga Zurliova, 18, in June 2012. Witnesses saw her enter Andreev's SUV, captured on blurry surveillance. Her body, found in September 2013 near Znatolat, was decomposed, strangled. Why strangulation? It's an intimate act, requiring closeness, a twisted need to feel life fade. This points to sadistic personality traits, where inflicting pain and asserting power fuel the killer. His victims, prostitutes, hitchhikers, were chosen for their vulnerability, reflecting opportunistic predation. These women, often ignored by society, were perfect targets for a predator who thrived on control. Let's step into Andreev's head during a kill. He's cruising the highway, eyes locked on a lone figure. His heart races, not from fear but excitement. He offers a ride, his voice steady, hiding the storm inside. Once alone, he attacks, raping with brutal force, then strangling, savoring the moment life slips away. Psychoanalytically, this is displacement, channeling rage, perhaps from a childhood wound or societal pressure, onto his victims. His choice of women suggests misogynistic rage, possibly tied to a domineering female figure, though we lack specifics. Strangulation fulfills a paraphilic disorder, where violence triggers arousal. Dumping bodies in forest belts wasn't just practical, it was symbolic, a way to erase his crimes, reflecting a need to control the narrative. His truck, filled with women's items, was a trophy case, a common trait in serial killers who relive their acts through keepsakes, feeding their narcissistic need for validation. Imagine Ekaterina Morozova, 19, climbing into Andreev's SUV in 2012, hoping for a quick ride. Instead, she's driven to a remote spot, raped and strangled, her body tossed into the wilderness. Irina Nikolskaya, 25, met the same fate, her life erased in a blur of violence. Arsen Erkenbyeva's remains were another grim find, hidden in the forest. Police reports note bodies often too decomposed to confirm cause of death, but strangulation marks were clear. The media captured the fear gripping Orsk, quoting a local. Nobody felt safe. Every missing girl made you wonder if she was next. The community lived in terror, knowing a killer roamed their roads. Andreev's victims were society forgotten, chosen for their low risk of detection. Psychologically, this is dehumanization, a trait of psychopathy, where victims become objects, not people. His ability to kill undetected for years fed his narcissistic grandiosity, convincing him he was untouchable. By July 2012, Andreev was a suspect. Olga Zurliova's disappearance led police to his SUV via surveillance. They searched his truck, found bloodstains, women's belongings. But then the unthinkable, they let him go for lack of evidence. A catastrophic mistake. Andreev vanished, becoming a ghost on Russia's highways. This failure reflects confirmation bias in law enforcement, where his normal persona fooled police. His escape made him Russia's most wanted, topping Interpol's list by 2019. Sightings emerged, Odintsovo in 2021, Kazakhstan in 2023, but he stayed one step ahead. Psychoanalytically, his ability to disappear shows chameleon-like adaptability, a trait of high-functioning psychopaths who blend seamlessly into their environment. His silence post-escape is chilling, suggesting a mind still calculating, still dangerous. July 2025, a decomposing body is found near the Russia-Kazakhstan border, gold teeth gleaming, a detail matching Andreev's description, clad in dark pants and a T-shirt reading collection of 99 international games. It awaits DNA confirmation. If it's him, the Orsk Maniac's reign ends not in cuffs, but in death. Police suspect natural causes or suicide, but the truth is unclear. The Mirror reported, if it's Andreev, it closes Russia's longest manhunt. Locals, quoted in shop media, express relief mixed with dread. We thought he'd never stop. Psychologically, if this is Andreev, his possible suicide suggests self-destruction, common in serial killers facing capture, as their grandiose self-image collapses. If he's still alive, the terror lingers, a predator still hunting in the shadows. What does Andreev's story tell us? Psychoanalytically, he was a man fractured, father by day, killer by night. His crimes reflect repressed rage, possibly from an unknown childhood wound, unleashed on women he saw as disposable. His victim choice, society's outcasts, points to moral nihilism, where life held no value. Philosophically, he's a dark twist on Sartre's existential freedom. He chose to kill, to dominate, embracing his freedom in the most depraved way. Yet, Society's failures, from the police blunder to ignoring early warning signs, raise canning questions of collective responsibility. Did we enable this monster? If the body is Andreev's, his death denies justice, leaving victims' families in limbo. His legacy is a chilling reminder. Evil festers where systems fail, waiting for its next chance to strike.